So I just watched Crimes of the Future, the new film from David Cronenberg, and I'm a little disappointed. Now, the trailer and all the talk behind the movie would have you believe that you're about to see some fucked up shit. And of course, we would think that there's literally a character named Earman, hello. But obviously, because David Cronenberg has done some of the best horror, specifically body horror movies of the past few decades. And then you hear about, yeah, the standing ovation from Cannes. That's not surprising. But the walkouts from Cannes. And you're like, oh man, we are about to see some wild shit. And I watched it. And as the credits rolled, I was like, is that it? Now, obviously, some people's mileage varies with horror and body horror, and I'm certainly no champ about this at all. Like, I can be a little bitch about this for sure. But this was honestly nothing. I actually wish it dived deeper into what it was actually going for and kind of almost like went further with it, to be honest, because all we got here was glimpses of that, and that's all they were. Glimpses. And that leads me to my main problem with this movie. This movie is a little half-baked. There's semblances of cool story moments and intriguing themes and ideas, and then it kind of moves on from that before it could actually become like a fully formed thing, you know what I'm saying? Now, you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, that I like to look for the moment where I either mentally or physically strap in. A moment where I'm like, yes, movie, you have my full attention. I am ready to go on this journey to the center of the earth with you. And in this movie, I was waiting for a moment to really grab me, and it just never came. There were moments where I was ready to strap on the seatbelt and I was holding on to it, and then it just went away. That happened repeatedly throughout the movie where I'm like, okay, hold up, let me sit up from my seat a little bit. I'm very interested. And then 15 minutes later, the movie ended and I was like, oh, okay, well, what the fuck? And that is unfortunate because the world that David Cronenberg put us in was pretty damn good. I mean, it's a fascinating movie. I mean, just in terms of its concept, at least. I'm not going to give away too much, but like, new phase of human evolution. Does pain centers exist in the body anymore? Surgeries like sex? Question mark. I don't know. You guys got to see it for yourself. Very wholly original and just intriguing concepts to build a movie on. But at the end of the day, it just didn't lead to much. It felt fairly anticlimactic at the end. And it's just a bummer because I was so looking forward to this one. Now, the cast is all right. This one specifically hurts me because the cast on paper, I mean, you just look at it and you're like, yes, this is great. These are all a bunch of great actors. You're just eating it up here. But some of them felt odd and out of place, or their characters weren't that great. And once again, just a bummer. Léa Seydoux is the standout here. I mean, I felt like she like matched perfectly what Cronenberg was going for, and like the final result that we got. It felt like she kind of understood the assignment. She fit the vibe and the mood of the movie. And honestly, her character, maybe it is because of her performance, but her character was just more intriguing to me, more interesting to me. Now, Viggo Martinson plays the part well, I would say, but the character is just rather repetitive. And as the protagonist, I felt like there wasn't much of an arc that he went through, at least not. Maybe I'm just forgetting something, you know, it's been a few days, but it's just one of those deals. I feel like he's either just kind of trying to clear his throat, or he's sitting on that rockabye rocker chair, you know what I'm saying? That chair actually looks kind of comfortable. I kind of dig it. And Kristen Stewart, who gave one of my favorite performances last year in Spencer, a divisive movie and a divisive performance for sure. She goes for something here, and honestly, I don't know if it worked for me. And maybe this is really just the character, because the character doesn't have a lot to do. And actually, I wish if you're gonna get Kristen Stewart, you would give the character more to do. But it just felt a little odd and a little out of place. I wasn't exactly sure if that was the right tone or performance for the movie. And maybe that's what Cronenberg told her. Or maybe I am just the odd man out who just didn't really care for it. That could be it. Like I said, I actually wish they gave her more to do if you're gonna get Kristen Stewart, because it's Kristen Stewart, and those are the main three like headline casts. So it's like, it varies. Now, as I've briefly mentioned earlier in the video, I mean, Cronenberg does have a very good handle on the mood of the movie. The atmosphere is great. He has moments in the movie where he kind of amps up the tension. I think the score is very good. I think the production design is very good. Cinematography is decent. It was just one of those things where, like, coming together as a movie, it doesn't really hold up. I think this is one of those movies where specific sequences of the film work, but when you put it all together in an hour 45 movie, it didn't really work for me. And with those moments of tension that are great, that's what kind of sucks about it, because I wish he just kind of dialed it up a little bit. Oddly enough, this feels like a very held back Cronenberg.
Don't hold me back! Oh, okay, then go for it.
And maybe that held back aspect will actually make you guys like it more, because, you know, I know not everyone loves the whole body horror type of deal. Like I said, I don't even care for it that much as like a specific subgenre of horror. But with this one, I actually feel like it could have done something. So it's an interesting story with some gripping sequences, but just overall, it just never could grab me the way I wanted it to. So in turn, I am a sad boy. Crimes of the Future, 2.5 stars. Realistically, this is a 3-star movie because like nothing about this is necessarily like bad, because 2.5 stars is like bad, but just because it was so whatever, it just, and I have no desire to watch this again, and it bums me out. Therefore, it's a 2.5-star movie for me. Realistically, 3, but enjoyment matters. So 2.5 stars. Oh well, it won't be the last time a movie disappoints me, and I've seen some people really like this movie also. So, you know, go out, see it, make up your own mind. But like honestly, like Cronenberg, you can mutilate like me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all good. I don't got much to work with.